Always great catching up with my next guest, Marcus McGhee, who's going to be back in action now. He's taking on JP Bays coming up here, UFC Fight Night, August 12th. Marcus, how's it going, man?
It's been going great. Just been training hard, ready to get in here and show all the hard work I've been putting in.
Yeah, and a switch up in opponents. You mentioned there, or I mentioned there, that you're fighting JP as opposed to Gaston Bolanos. Much of an adjustment as far as camp goes, or are you one of those guys that's like, doesn't matter, I'll focus on what I'm good at?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Just got to focus on what I'm good at, and work toward what's positive in my tool set. So yeah, nothing too. I mean, a striker to a wrestler, so that changes. Obviously, you know what's dangerous there, but same thing. Step in there and be the best version of myself.
A little bit bummed you're not fighting at UFC Boston with your buddy Sean O'Malley.
I mean, a little bit, but not really. I would have been cool. It would have been cool just to have that memory. Well, even. It would have been cool to fight with Kyler on the 5th, or it would have been cool to fight Mario and Suge on the 19th. But it's also cool to be in the mix and be in the middle of them. So I'm not mad about that either.
How cool is it for you just seeing Sean get to fight for the title? Because again, I know you guys have been training for years.
Super cool. Super cool just to see the possibilities there. Like we got a possibility of a belt coming back to the MMA lab. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we've all been a part of that journey. So it's like that's huge. That's huge momentum. Huge thought, just a lot going on there. So I'm super excited for him and his family.
What do you think about JP Bays? Did you know much about him before taking this fight? How do you feel like you match up against him?
So I didn't know much about him before taking the fight. I had watched his Contender Series fight back in the day when he fought in the Contender Series. And I have nothing but respect for him, for a guy to go through what he's gone through and to still be cracking at it like he's cracking at it, and hungry and grinding and I have nothing but respect for his skill set. Great wrestler, good striking. Like he's gonna come to bang. He's gonna come to try to get back on the right path. So I look forward to that.
Do you believe in like cage rust? He hasn't fought since I think June of last year, 2022. Do you think that will play a role in the fight, or are you one of those guys? I guess it depends on the fighter.
It depends on the fighter, because there's been times even for me, like I've been out for a little while and then step back in there and have one of my best performances. So. I do think cage rest is a thing, but I think it's more of a mental space thing, right? If you let yourself mentally be defeated by that, and it's possible, then that's where you get defeated at more so than physically, because if you put in the work and you have been doing this for a while and you step in there, I think that you have all that attributes you need, whether it's been a year or 2 years,
Training camp, you mentioned some of the training partners there over at the lab. You got Mario Batista, Kyler Phillips, just, sort of an all-star team over there. Who have you mainly had a chance to work with?
Yeah, Abdul Kamaro, Kyler Phillips, Mario Batista, Beche, Ezra, so many guys. Bryce Meredith, just the list goes on. So many guys. You don't really get too many days off. Alex Coyote. Literally every time I go in there, I'm like, man, maybe today it'll be like a little bit. And it's like, oh, no, never mind.
Yeah, for sure. And it sounds like a little, good mix, right? You get some up and comers as well. You get, different variety. How key is that in camp to be in those different situations and fighting those different styles,
I think it's huge, right? Because different hunger levels, different skill levels, different thought processes, right? You got guys that are doing different things, so it's just like, it's great. And it's also cool to be a part of the guys who already made it and then be a part of the guys who are trying to make it. You know what I'm saying? So kind of be in that in between where it's like, hey, I haven't really quite made it yet either. Like I'm just getting my feet wet and the possibilities are there for all you guys too. Yet at the same time, it's like, all right, I get to train with guys who are grinding and doing it and have been doing it for years consecutively and go, okay, I can do that,
Have you been training at all with Sean, or is he kind of focused on Sterling and kind of doing his own thing?
Yeah, Sean too. Yeah, I've been training with Sean too. So I've been giving him some cage rounds and everything. More cage rounds than anything, more sparring than anything, not necessarily all the other attributes, but yeah, I've definitely done some work with Sean this camp as well.
And it must be nice to get a full camp this time, get plenty of time to cut weight and all that. We still have a little bit before the fight, but I imagine the cut's going well.
Yeah, 100%. And I'm always in my head about that too, because it's like, dang, 136, where am I right now? It's always the thought in my head. But yeah, cut's been great. Camp's been great. It's been great to actually have a full camp. It's been a long time since I had one. So I think that's why even getting in my head sometimes, like, oh, that's not the weight that I thought I would see. It's like, but I'm on point. My nutritionist has been on me and been great about it. I have a new meal prep company that's taking care of me too. So that's great as well. And yeah, everything's been going great. I'm just super excited to get out there, make that weight, and then go showcase what I've been working on.
John Crouch, I imagine, will be in your corner. Who's going to be in the cage with you?
Yep, yeah. So John Crouch, Randy Stanky, and it's going to be Abdul Kamara.
Cool. That sounds good, man. And how's this fight playing out? I know you don't like getting paid by the hour. You probably want to go out and get it done quickly. But how do you see this one going down?
Yeah, I'm not attached to the outcome of it, but if it's my decision, I'm gonna knock him out sooner than later. That's the that's the idea. But yeah, that's my plan. Go out there, get a knockout. Again, nothing but respect for Baze, but I do have belief in my abilities to find those shots and put them away. So that's gonna be the plan. But again, I'm not attached to it. If it goes all three, it goes all three. If it's submission, it's submission. Whatever. But I'll show up and embrace whatever happens.
And I talked about him there. O'Malley obviously is fighting Sterling. How do you think that fight plays out? Because I think a lot of people feel like if O'Malley's going to win, it'll probably be by knockout just because he's got that power, right?
Yeah, and he does have that power, but people sleep on his jiu-jitsu. Like that is one of his main focuses. He's already a great striker. He's already been a great striker. He's already been out striking guys forever. So he's got really great jiu-jitsu. So even on the mat, Aljamain's he's not safe on the mat. If he gets his hands on Sugar, he's not safe there, And I think he's shown that in certain parts of multiple different fights. So I don't even think Aljamain is looking past the fact that Suge does have a grappling prowess too. And I think Suge gets it done. I have nothing but respect for Aljamain, and I do think he's very dangerous, and the capabilities of him winning the fight are there as well. But man, Suge has that thing, and every single time he comes out there, you have to be worried about that thing, and I just believe in his his abilities, and I believe in the work that he's put in. He's got a really great team around him, and he is very focused. And when you got a great team and you're very focused like that, opportunity meets timing, and I think it's going to be his time.
You want to get one more fight in this year, or are you kind of just going to wait and see how this goes and kind of reassess?
That'd be the plan. One more fight. If everything goes to plan, that's what we were already thinking anyways. One more fight. I'd love to go out here, stay healthy against JP Baze. And then pick up another fight, whether that be October, November. And then, perfect for it to be October, November, or even if it does come to fruition and I go in there and it's boom, it's out of here, it's over. It's pick up a quick one so I can spend the holidays with the family. That's been a long time since I've never been able to do that, So it'd be cool to just, have some time off and just literally spoil the family, go take them somewhere. We talked about last time me taking them somewhere. I haven't still.
So, oh, really? Okay. Yeah. So
I would love to do that. Huh?
It's on the list to do the trip at some point.
Exactly. Yeah. It's stacking it up, and I've been so focused and dialed in on training and doing what we have to do around here. And then just my wife's a teacher. It's just making it happen financially, all those different things. It's just been tough. So I would love to be able to just, give back to the fam and just go do a couple things, man.
What are your kids up to this summer? Because obviously school's out, doesn't start up again for a little bit here. Because my kids are in a day camp for basically the summer.
Yeah, so they've been coming to the lab with me too. My two youngest have been doing jiu-jitsu and kickboxing, so they love that. They got their first stripes on their shirts, and nice. They're pretty excited about that. And then my two oldest, they've just been in between. So my son, he had fractured his foot at the beginning of the summer playing basketball, so he didn't do much this summer. So now he's just been coming in and working out, doing a couple workouts here and there. And then my oldest has mostly just been, hanging out, relaxing, getting ready for her first year of high school. Playing the violin, working on some of the academics that she's been working on. So it's been pretty cool. And then swimming, that's her thing. Anytime she can find a pool, she'll be in a pool swimming somewhere.
There you go. Marcus, we're looking forward to this fight, man. UFC Fight Night, August 12th. There's anyone you want to thank, any sponsors, any social media you want to mention? I'll give you the last word.
Yeah, absolutely. Always thank my team. Always thank Jesus Christ, for giving me breath. And then also as far as sponsors go, G4, they've always been rocking with me. They're a cannabis company out here. And then Mental Joe Apparel, I actually just dropped my first fight shirt with them. It dropped on Saturday. So I'm trying to get that out there. It's an Ultra Instinct drop based off of Dragon Ball Z, if anybody knows about anime. But that's my first actual fight shirt drop. So if you guys go check out Mental Joe Apparel on Instagram, you can check out his website. They have all different types of amazing apparel on there. Really cool, trippy designs. So if you're into that, and then also my shirt is on there as well. And then at Iridium Sports Agency, always gotta rep them too. They've done a lot for my career, and appreciate them extremely. So yeah, those are the people I'm rocking with.